Okay, we live in the crib, vibing with Veto. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube at Vibing with Veto. Also follow us on the Instagram at Vibing with Veto. You already know the slogan. We vibrating higher, and this is part two. Part two. You feel me? I got my brother in the building.
I'm back, man.
How you doing? How you doing? Well, that's a different type of question. We'll get into that too as well. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you a different question. How's your spirit today?
My spirit gonna always be good, man. Even when it's affected. You know what I'm saying? I got a faith, so my spirit gonna always rise high. Mm-hmm. So, having faith, being here on earth, overstanding some of the shortcomings of life.
Right.
My spirit good, man. God woke me up. I smiled this morning. I've been waking up in pain every day. Mm-hmm. I woke up this morning with a whole different aura about myself, about my situation, about our situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And about life, man. So I woke up this morning, I said a prayer for over 100 people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I asked God to continue to give me, strength and continue to make the prophets of life, spoken through my voice. So I got up and I was ready to come talk, man. What's happening?
Facts. I always ask the question, how big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? We're not going to even talk about that today. Like, I kind of just want to focus in just on, like how you guys are doing. You get what I'm saying? Because as we all know, and we'll talk about that too as well, you said we had some shortcomings, like the world itself with that traumatic situation had shortcomings, you know what I'm saying? So like this episode not gonna be like your traditional episode, like where we just talk about whatever. This is an open floor and an open conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about how you're doing. And bruh, the floor is yours. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I just want to be like the platform where you can express yourself. We can talk. We have a personal conversation and we can go from there. You know what I'm saying? But like as a brother, as you being my big brother, you know what I'm saying? Like I just wanted to do this episode for you too as well. You know what I'm saying? And just have a safe place where you can just express yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate that, man. Sometimes that's what we need as men, an open dialogue.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But it's your thing. I'm rolling with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Go throw them at me. Let's go. Let's put it out here to the world. Let's put Vibing with Veto on the map.
For sure, man. Your little brother, Rich Homie Quan. You know what I'm saying? We lost a legend. We lost an icon. But most important, you lost somebody that's near and dear to you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you believed in when the world didn't know him as Rich Homie Quan. You know what I mean? This was like from the last episode, this was somebody that you saw something in him through another gift that he had, which was baseball. And it's a crazy situation that's going on right now. And just like it's like an eerie, it doesn't seem real. Like I was talking to Dre and via Instagram, and I was just telling him like, bro, this shit just don't seem real. Can we talk about like some of your fondest moments with Rich Homie Quan? Can we talk about like some of the last moments that you guys shared, which were good? Because I want to put out like positivity. Let's think about like all of the positive things that of the life of Rich Homie Quan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I could share it all, man. Even my bad moments were positive moments.
Okay.
When it came to bruh, because when you have words that most of us speak, right? Mm-hmm. We speak words that are in essence sounds, and most people only take the words as sounds because they don't give them no real value, right? So our sounds, became words because when I say you my brother, you my brother. I've been through some shit with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm sitting in your face.
Yeah, facts.
We talk.
Yeah, facts.
We gonna go through things. We gonna be resilient.
Absolutely.
When you fucking with me. You understand what I'm saying? So, my brother, when I met Quan's energy attached to my soul, bro. And when I say that, I have a blood brother. You know what I'm saying? A blood little brother that wasn't my brother at that time. And when I say that, we didn't have a relationship. He was always going to be my brother, and we have a great relationship now. But at that time, I yearned for a little brother. My mama didn't never give me one. My daddy gave me one, as you can see. And I attached to him then. So when it came to the baseball field is what gave us the platform to grow and build and love each other. Music gave us more life experience, you know what I'm saying, more openness to the world, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, being able to attach myself to him in that manner, I just always wanted to be by his side. As well as people ask me all the time, what was it about Quan? You know what I'm saying? You didn't coach 200-300 kids. What was it about him? I'm here to let the world know I still have relationships with a lot of my kids that I coached. But when it came to Quan was one of the few that I made a promise to. He made a promise to me as well. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, open dialogue is open dialogue. It's like waking up every day praying. You know, prayer with no action is just a dream. Dreams with no action is just a movie that you're watching. You understand what I'm saying? So when you pray, you have to put forth action. And when you tell somebody you're going to do something, you have to put forth that action
to do it.
So it wasn't a one-sided thing with me and Quan. I know a lot of people like to say my loyalty, but Quan had a certain vested loyalty in me as well. You understand what I'm saying? I hadn't been with him 12, 13 years, and he wasn't loyal to me because I wouldn't be able to say I've been with him.
Right.
I was with him to the end, not because I forced myself to be here, but because he wanted me to be here with him as well. So we went through some things, man. Some of my greatest moments, man, some of my greatest moments were some of the worst moments. And when I say that, that was chastising my little brother. You know, you go from seeing a kid humbly by your side, because I was the one that always had the jewelry, the cars, the clothes. You go from being that person that they look up to in that manner to where they got all of that. It's an abundance of it. They have a lot of it. And Quan would buy jewelry. I would go over to the house and he'll be like, bro, BBS him. Me, I have no envy in me towards human beings, or I have no jealousy. I'm not equipped with that at this point in my life. I have had it before, but I'm not equipped with that at this point in my life. I don't have those things. That's why I say I'm pure. I'm free of all contamination. Those are things that contaminate your vision and your life. So I have no envy. I have no admiration of nobody's else personal possessions. That's envy, right? Jealousy. I have no sire desires to be no one else. You know what I'm saying? So my relationship with you and your relationship with her and your relationship with them is steadfast. I stand in that. So I was always happy for him. You know what I mean? Just proud to see the tears turn into smiles, because we used to cry together. So when I say brotherhood, it's like people don't understand. Quan said, if you ever slept on that man's sofa, that's your brother. Quan, you sleep on my floor.
Wow.
Not the sofa.
right. Facts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, the day before Quan passed, I had talked to Quan not even 24 hours before I got the news. Me and his dad had been talking back and forth to him that morning. It was, hey, bro, hold on, man. It's Pop calling.
The morning before,
morning before, September the 4th.
So the day before? Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even really 24 hours.
Okay.
So we still within a 24-hour period. Okay. Before we got the news that he was unresponsive at the house. It hadn't been 24 hours since I last spoke to him. So, you know, I think he called me like 6 times that day. That's not usual for Quan. But I'm not a conspiracy theorist either. So I don't believe in the conspiracies of life and death. I just believe in, you know, you live in a life and people say, do you feel like, Quan felt like no. Quan didn't feel like he was about to die. Quan woke up at 8:20 that morning, sent me all his drops. That's the worst thing with an artist. I don't know why the hell artists don't like to do their drops. Right. I hate it. I think it's something in the community to where they get together and they
they just don't like doing it.
Man, it's weird. Right. Let's say you make $4,000 a show. Right. And you had a job that was paying you $25 an hour. It's not going to amount to 30 minutes of work. So your only obligation as an artist
is to basically just,
these are your obligations. Get there, get home, do your drop, perform your show, and apply customer service to the people that put the faith in you. That's your fans and that promoter. So these artists, they'll get, man, that was one of my biggest things with Quan. Like, bro, send me the drop, bro. What the hell? Like, and I raised you with this. I can truly say this.
Right.
I can say I with this.
Right.
I raised you the same thing I do with Jacquees, the same thing I would do with Dizzy. Like, these people can tell you, like, I'm heavy on this shit. Because when we doing business, I'm not into, man, fuck them folks. So, man,
it's business.
It's business.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? I got an A+ in the Better Business Bureau when it comes to Rich Homie's book and Linwood Agency, pure intentions.
Facts.
I get an A+.
Facts.
Not an A-.
A+.
And I get an A+. And when I speak this and you put this out here to the world, it's plenty promoters, agencies, and booking people across the world that'll tell you I handle immaculate business, bro. So for me to be able to do that, I have to be very, very, very hard on the axe.
On the axe, okay.
I have to. You know what I'm saying? I done had one of them, I ain't gonna even say his name, tell me, man, I didn't know if you was with me or with them. Ain't no sides in this game. We signed up to do business. When it come to do business, I ain't gonna agree with you when you do something flawed. I'm gonna check you on that. I'm gonna tell you, hey, man.
Because it falls on you. It's a representation of you too as well.
It's a representation of us. I'm
yes.
selfless. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But to go to the point that what you're making, if you care about me like I care about you, you have to understand that I'm with you and we're building a business. You have to care about my business too. You understand what I'm saying? So it do fall on me a little bit, but I'm going hard for us.
Facts.
So we can continue to feed our families in the manner as to what we feed in our family. This is what you chose. You say God chose you to be here, so do everything that's godly along that way.
Absolutely.
So along that way and along that path, you got to provide customer service. You can't be greedy.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? That's one of the 7 deadliest sins in the Bible. Like, and people don't really understand that greed is something that you have to try to overcome. So that's one of the things, man. He woke up that morning, he sent me them drops. You was
surprised that the drops came?
As hell. He had been telling me for 3 days, bro, I'm tired. I'm finna send them to you. Bro, I'm finna do this, bro. And I'm like, I have gotten to a point in the last 2-3 years to where, you know, my energy just done went to like, I'm plateauing when it comes to life. I understand things a little bit better, so I don't really get upset no more. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know I can be angry as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, all right, bro, when you get time, when you get ready, and you get things done a little bit better when you start to understand what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with, because people go through things too. And he sent me those. He sent me 5 of them. He missed one of them. It was for Birmingham, Alabama. He missed that one. When he sent it back, I said, oh, he in a good ass mood. Because it usually take me a day to get that one, and you just did them.
Right.
And he called me. We talked briefly. He mentioned his 35th birthday as we was about to get off the phone. And, of course, we just shared his birthday on the 4th.
Absolutely.
But we were 30 days out from his birthday, man. And sometimes when I talk about that, I've been talking about it to build it up because it would just fuck me up. And he was just excited, bro. Like, so when people go with the conspiracy, like, oh, I can feel this and I can feel that, it's a lot of stuff going on the internet. Like, man, the 2, 3, 4 people that was involved in his last days, like, we could tell y'all, like, Quan was happy.
Right.
Quan went in no dark space. Of course, he had dark things going on that was probably there because he was still doing what he was doing. But he was happy as hell. He was looking forward to his birthday. He was excited about turning 35. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I was able to hear those things come out of his mouth before his passing, because I don't know if I would have been able to sit right here with you today if I hadn't have been able to endure that energy. If it was dark and it was one of them times I hadn't heard from him in a week and I had been calling, that probably would have fucked me up so bad.
Because you would have known that he was going through something that he probably wasn't expressing.
And I would have felt like I couldn't break through. Day asked me in one of our conversations, he asked me, man, what happened, coach? What happened to the coaching? And I said, when I made a promise and a vow to be by him every day, every minute, every second, even when I'm not talking to him, I'm coaching. Because with coaching, what people don't understand that haven't played sports, and I'm not saying they haven't played sports because in general. Yeah, in general, when you're coaching someone, you instilling something in them. So once I instill something in you, it's always there.
Right.
So it's just my duty and my goal sometimes to remind you of the things that you already know. Your mom and dad instilled certain things in you. When you become an adult, you're gonna make a left or a right turn. The neutral part of life is going to be what's instilled in you, your morals, values, and principles.
Right.
That's the neutral part. The other part going to be your left or right. We all made left and right turns. Some of the things that was instilled in me, I just couldn't see them when I was younger. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm going.
Right.
I'm going over here. I ain't going to no church. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I'm finna go fight. I'm finna yell, scream. Because my great grandma would always tell me, like, respect is earned. It took me a long time to live with that, because I would just be disrespectful to anybody who wouldn't respect me. Because she would teach. I learned that respect is earned, not given. You know what I'm saying? When I first meet you, I'm going to earn your respect of how you give me respect. That's the part that people didn't understand. Once you show me disrespect, I have no reason to respect you. And I would go through that with my dad. It's like, you keep feeling like I'm supposed to just respect you. Man, I consider you a sperm donor. To say dad or father, that's to have a relationship with each other. We don't have that relationship, so you're my sperm donor. You only made love or sex or fucked my mama, created me, and you have to earn that respect through me. So, you know, it's one of them things, man. Dealing with this situation, losing Quan, man, the respect, the loyalty, the moments. I'm just happy I was able to hear his voice in a positive, like, excitement. Probably 7 or 8 hours before he died. And you know, that's, I don't know, man. That's the choky part to it.
Right.
You know, like, I talked to him. I could pull the call. I'll go up and show you. Like, I don't even like to talk about things that people share when they're dead, because so many people be doing this fake flaw ass. Oh, I talked to bro and that. And I'd be like,
he ain't even fuck with you.
He fuck with you like that.
I don't, bro. Like, I don't like that either. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I post things about Quan and I say things about Quan, I always say we weren't the best of friends, but I appreciate what you all have done for me. And I say this to you.
No, you say that all the time.
All the time. I appreciate what you all have done for me. That was one of the tweets I had posted, and Dre also reposted it too. And I was just like, because his album came out, and I was like, make sure y'all listen to this and like stream this, because the money is going to his family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the money is going to his family. Like, so whether you jumped off of the support board like a lot of people did and came back, it's not even about that right now. Right now, it's about like trying to uplift his name and keep his name alive and relevant for the generation that's to come. Like, you know, he got sons and daughters,
five
you know what I'm saying? Like, and they have to live without hearing his voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they have to grow into that. So it's like, this is their opportunity to listen and see the love that the world is giving their father. You know,
it's a great thing to see, man.
Yeah, facts.
The last show that I did, they asked me that, like, and it's
I
people.
was upset though. I ain't gonna lie.
I was upset at how people was responding.
Yeah, because it's like I was upset because I watched him blow up and everybody loved him, and then they just literally just like they had really no reason. It's really no reason, because like us being like on the outside and we're looking at the entertainment industry as fans, we supposed to stay in our place. You know what I'm saying? We see artists go through it with other artists or whatever. We love those artists because of what the job and the sound that they provide for us. We don't know about what they personal shit
you don't know the inner
is.
stuff.
Like, so I'm a fan. I have been a fan of Quan and Thug and Lucci and everybody. Like, I'm a fan of everybody. So for us, or like people on the outside to like speak on shit like that shit used to irritate me, because it's like, bro, like, did y'all not learn growing up, like, if it ain't got shit to do with you, like, stay out that shit. Yeah. So I watched the city say, like, you know, excuse my language, like, fuck Quan, like, you know what I'm saying?
You watch them pick a side.
And I ain't like that shit. I ain't like that shit. Not because I know him. Of course, that too, that kind of like bit me too. Yeah. But it's just like, that shit lame, bro. Like, it's lame. Like, we don't really know what's really going on. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to cut you off, but I just had to vent and say that shit too. It did piss me off.
I could feel your frustration, and I could feel your energy just shifted, because not only was that something that's with Quan that we have to learn, he went through it, but in life you got to understand that type of shit, right? Right. So yeah, people did abandon him, right? And that did have him in some of the very, 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 literally, the September the 4th. He said it to me. September the 4th, he said, I just want people to hear this music, bro. And I was like, hey, bro, this was my second time in 3 days, because I said it to him a couple days before. But I always said, I could pull the text and show you, like I would always tell him how great he is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes as men and sometimes as people, we got to be reminded of those things, regardless of what hill you see us on. Sometimes we do have to be reassured those things. Like, you know, women say all the time, women say it more than men.
Facts.
You got to tell me I'm pretty. Like, I don't believe in that, but I think every situation is categorized by the person or the situation. You know what I'm saying? So did the city abandon him? It wasn't even just the city. It was the people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he spoke on that a lot. All you got to do is listen to it. Did they know what was going on? No. Was it people involved that was trying to throw this, oh, you gonna blackball? Yeah, it was people doing that. And they got to take accountability for their actions as well. And I've spoke on this a couple times leading up to it. I don't have any malice towards nobody. I've learned how to stay neutral throughout everything in my life. I would even be neutral with Quan in the midst of this stuff, because at the end of the day, what I understand about a crash is when you crash the car, you don't know who's going to live, who's going to survive. You don't know who's going to die. So a crash is a crash. So if we crash, if both parties crash into each other, they don't know if they gonna live. We don't know if we gonna live. All this bullshit that's going on in the streets, what we call the streets gonna be here when we dead and gone, guy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm from Zone 3.
You from the
I'm from Atlanta. I come from the streets. I come from them. You'll never hear me say I'm a street nigga again in my life, because I became a man. I grew past the certain things of categorizing myself anything other than a man. I ain't a real nigga. I ain't none of that. I'm an individual that stand behind pure morals, values. That's it. Thanks. So niggas can have all the glitz and the glamour of claiming things. Because if I walk in here today and tell my, oh, I'm a real nigga. I just told a dude the other day, hey, bro, we ain't claiming real nigga, because that is subjective. I know niggas out here that say, oh, man, fuck that bitch, man, and da-da-da-da-da, and don't take care of their children. And they mad because they can't get no pussy, so they don't take care of their kids. But they got 20 niggas calling them real niggas because they got a bankroll in their pocket. They got a nice car that they leasing. They don't have a house. They got a condo downtown. And I'm not being judgmental. I am judging at this point. I'm not being judgmental. Hey, man, all that ain't real shit to a real stand-up guy.
Facts.
Be that cornerstone in your motherfucking family, man. Be that person to your people that motherfuckers can come to. They can talk to you. You can steer them in the right direction. You ain't no real nigga. You got 20 niggas behind you talking about they gonna go shoot these switches and kill somebody else. All this op activity, all this dumbass shit. That ain't real niggas. Real is trying to literally make our streets back streets that people can walk on. Not streets to where we ain't in Afghanistan, man. We ain't living in these times to where we should be able to have to walk over. I wear a Rolex, so now, hey, bro, you gotta tuck. I ain't tucking shit. I shouldn't have to live like that. You understand what I'm saying? So when it come down to the side picking and those things that I watched my brother endure, I watched it. I was close to it. I am very, 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 very sad and have a I got 2-3 different emotions towards it. I get happy sometimes I get sad, but I watched my brother endure in that pain from people. Me personally, I had a platform. I built things. I go through it too. But I got a different discernment on myself than bro had. So that's where my coaching was coming in. Like, hey, bro, you can't worry about that. Do what you do. People who fuck with you, they fuck with you. People who don't, they don't. One thing about life, I don't give a fuck if you reach it to super status. Michael Jackson can please the whole world.
Damn.
You will never be able to please everybody. I get on these microphones, man, because I started to understand that was my call. And a lot of people don't understand that I was always the quietest person in every room. Right? Always. I've always been like that. You had to know me. When I was in high school, I would walk the halls and people probably would be like, oh, that nigga lame as hell, or da-da-da-da. I was very, very violent. I sold weed. I did all the crunk shit that y'all wanted to say. But if you had a class with me, when they closed that door, I was rowdy as a motherfucker because I was comfortable with those people around me. So I grew up insecure and being talked about and carrying guns when I was 15. And I grew up like that. You know what I'm saying? I come from like rowdy beginnings for real. So it's like when you look at this shit and you see, you know what I'm saying, what people have to offer you, I just learned early. When I was the drum major at Mackinac High School for 3 years, like that was something that in my family, one of my cousin was a street nigga, but he was a drum major. Mm-hmm. So I never looked at it like it was lame. Mm-hmm. In my era, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Like you do what you do. I played sports, but I also got put into that.
Right.
And I'm thankful for that part of my life as well, because it helped me build this. So just because you see people, and I want to say this to the people, Veto, and I want to say this to you, mm-hmm. and you've probably heard it because you speak to a lot of people. Just because you have it, don't mean you got it all. So
say that again. So nobody goes past that.
Just because you have it, mm-hmm. doesn't mean you have it all. None of us are equipped with everything and every tool and every boundary of life to be able to just be smooth. Some of us just learn how to deal with things. So what the people have to realize is, just because these dudes have millions of dollars and you may feel like you don't have millions of dollars of this and that, you may be better off as a thousandaire than they are as millionaires, because mentally we're still humans. Mm-hmm. It's not just, oh, he a rapper. Yeah, he's just a rapper. He's still a human. He still has feelings. He mm-hmm. still has all type of shit that he go through every day. And it's the same thing. I just made a video on my way up here about this, and I'm going to say this to the women. Mm-hmm. Women do us so bad because they like to say the same thing. Oh, man, you acting like a bitch. You acting like a bitch. I'm acting like a bitch because I'm telling you, I'm attacking what you saying. I'm acting like a bitch because I'm telling you, hey, don't talk to me like that. I'm acting like a bitch because I'm expressing myself. So a lot of the pains and stuff that we go through too, they come from that part of our life mm-hmm. as well. So mm-hmm. you got to fight the fans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight the block. In today's time, it's the weirdest shit ever with these cell phones, bro. With this Instagram shit, it's definitely a gift and a curse.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, Quan was fighting that, man. He was fighting it. And to the people that supporting him and supporting his legacy, man, I'm appreciative of him. Mm-hmm. When he passed, I was standing at the hospital. My phone started erupting. It wasn't ringing. The motherfucker was erupting. And I'm like, damn, there's a lot of nosy ass people out here. I checked my Instagram, and literally, I'm a 300 to 500 views in my story with 70. I had 70,000 followers before that. At 2:00 that day, I had 21,000 people in my story. And that goes into what I'm finna say now. It's like, people just want to know. They want to know. The internet has made it just this place to where it's not no positivity. That was a negative situation for mm-hmm. us. And people wanted to know. They wanted to know. People were calling, hey, is this true? And if it is true, which it was, what are you going to do? Where do we stand now? Mm-hmm. What emotion are you going to give me? Oh, bro, I'm sorry. Cool. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some of those situations that came about in my life, it brought back situations. Man, it brought people that called themselves not dealing with me, talking to me. Some of those people are still here right now. Some of them people lasted 2 or 3 days and they went mm-hmm. right back to being their old self. And mm-hmm. it's like, it's just living and dying is like the craziest part of life, bro. So it's like, I made a vow to myself and Quan. My brother know this. He gonna walk me through this. It changed a lot in me. I'm gonna be a different person when I already was there. But my cult and the things that God just put upon me, God just put his kids upon me now. Mm. We was coaching and guiding him into his fatherhood. So we didn't really have to do it. We had to do it with him. Mm-hmm. I got to be there for his kids. I have to be there for his dad. I have to be there for my child, man. Shout out my daughter, Zyla. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My daughter I
saw you reposted a video she posted of him.
Man, she love him. Mm-hmm. You know, he's been in her life her whole entire life. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think, like, when we say brothers back to that, like Quan literally had just did something that I couldn't do. My brother literally told me, because I was expressing to him the relationship that I wanted with my child, even though he was having situations and with his children, still trying to learn his fatherhood. He said, bro, I got her. When he would see her, they exchanged the numbers, they FaceTime, they did this. Sometimes she'll be like, Quan ain't answering. And they would talk like I couldn't talk to her. Like I still was being dad, but he was being so he can talk to her when she say you lame and cap and gang, and I done got the lingo for them now. You know, I just
Right.
I learned through bruh watching them interact.
Right.
Like, bro, just let me be a little bit cool. I ain't got to stand in that, man. So, you know, salute my daughter, man. You know, it's actually then opened her up a lot too, cause she go to public school. You know, when she was younger, we had her in like the Christian school, stuff like that. She goes to public school. She had to endure these things too, of people saying it's your uncle. And, you know, I've always taught my daughter to be very, very, very like me. I'm low key. You're not gonna know who I am. You know what I'm saying? But he put her in a certain spotlight, and, you know, her senior night, that was the only thing she ever asked him, like, make sure you, and he told me, man, block it off, bro. We gonna go to her senior night. So, you know, even with that part, man, it's like, I got more work to do now. You know what I'm saying? When I felt like this, when you feel like it's a journey has a ending, but a marathon don't really end. You know what I'm saying? So the marathon of life of standing behind Quan legacy, I'm here until the casket drop with me, and I'm gonna make sure the people that doubted him, man, I'm gonna make sure I throw this shit in their face every day. Like this wasn't no one hit wonder. We've been proved that. This wasn't no guy that when y'all picked sides, he wasn't never what y'all thought he was. Shouter was standing tall and standing solid. Has he done some things along that path? Hell yeah, he wasn't perfect.
Right.
But it's two sides. It's three sides to every story. They side, your side, and the fucking truth. You understand what I'm saying? And we all feel like we can fool people here, but man, you can't fool God, man.
Right.
People got to remember that, man. You can't fool God. I could tell you whatever that come out of my mouth, and I might get away with it right now, but I might walk out the door and fall in a crack, a little bit of small ass crack, and break my leg. God just told me, bro, you know you was lying. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it gets there at time, bro. But I'm happy that the people are standing in it and showing them that. And don't give up, y'all. Let's go. Let's keep going. We gotta keep this legacy alive.
Facts. I got a question, and I'm trying to word this the right way. Because again, like, it's a sensitive topic. You know what I'm saying? But TMZ put out a video like of the of him, you know, of the situation.
Yeah.
Someone sent me the video. Mind you, I said, bro, don't ever send me no shit like that. I didn't watch the video, by the way. But to see like humans, bro, like glorify situations like that, and even not knowing that they're glorifying it by reposting it, commenting under it, or even watching it. Like, when you saw that TMZ released that, how did that make you and the team feel about that situation?
I told you I don't really get mad, right?
Right.
I went crazy. I text like 2 or 3 people like, what the fuck? And I know people at TMZ, stuff like that. I ain't reach out to nobody or nothing. They posted the video on they've been posting everything. So when the TMZ thing came out with the autopsy report, I had just talked to Pops Corey the night before and asked him like, where we at with this and that or whatever. And he was like, bro, they ain't got it yet. So the next day, Maisha, one of Quan baby moms, she woke up and she texted me like something in reference to it, bro. And I was like, man, you family. If we ain't told you none of that, stop looking at that shit. And she was like, you right, big bro. Not knowing that TMZ had even dropped this. So people was hitting me saying it, but I didn't even know.
It was TMZ, correct? They
it was TMZ.
First. Okay,
TMZ
I wanted to make
dropped
sure
it
that
first.
Yeah,
TMZ dropped it first. And I got into it with somebody that day as well, because I was like, man, what the hell are you talking about? We don't even have it back yet. And I went on TMZ, because I don't follow no blogs or none of that type stuff.
I try my best not to do that too.
Yeah, but I'll look at the stuff sometimes. I will, but I'm not a messy person. So I really don't indulge in our community tearing each other down. I really don't. I like positivity. Like, stop talking about all the negative shit that people do and all that to get money. Like, that's, you know, I understand it's needed, and I understand they have business and they do what they do, but I'm not built like that. I barely watch the news. So when I looked at it, I called Corey, you know, that's my right hand man. And I was like, bro, this shit true? And he was a little hesitant with me about it, and he was like, Tay, you gotta calm down. Like, you know, hey, they just doing what they do. you know, so his I don't know the proper word for his humbleness towards a lot of this shit has helped me too, because it's one thing I say in emotional situations, like you can't impose your sadness on the next person. So like, I don't know what you did today when you got up. You could have really been going through something, you know what I mean? And you could have been happy as hell because you overcame that today. And I call your phone. I can't impose that sadness. So I learned that long time ago when I lost Teasy. Like, I had to be there for Lene, his old lady, like probably a whole year straight. Like, my girl wouldn't understand if she called me at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 10 at night. I would sit on the phone with her, and I could not share certain emotions because I didn't want to make her emotional. So when she would cry, some days I would shed tears on the other side of the phone, and I wouldn't let her know. I just, you have to be that person for them people. So for me, it's just been one of them things to where it's like, when they putting this stuff out, I've already had certain conversations with certain people involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, why the fuck do the world get a chance to comment on our shortcomings?
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, why the hell do the world get an opportunity to feel like they're a part of this family that we built and try to tear down people? You know, like, yeah, motherfuckers made mistakes along the way or whatever, but why do the world get a chance to comment on this in this time? You know what I'm saying? So to TMZ, fucking, I can't say the shade room because they hadn't put that stuff out there. They gonna do that, but the people that's going out here, that's going above,
fishing for the information,
paying for it to demise people's loved ones, their families. Man, find something else to project to the world. Like, Quan got 5 fucking children. That's man. What I'm saying. His kids. I could play a video in here right now, bro, where he literally was saying, I care about what's on the internet. I care about what I do, what I say now, right? So music is entertainment. It's subjective to your ears. So people say, oh, they feeding this from the music or whatever. Well, I could say this in the music, but if I'm walking next to you every day and I don't see that, that's entertainment. An actor is an actor. Rappers are entertainers. Some of them talk about shit they ain't never seen or done a day in their life. So I can say, bro, shit was true, but I'm still saying when it comes to, oh, you can't say that when his kids listen to his music. Yeah, they listen to his music, but they understand that's entertainment. They don't even know what the hell he's talking about. But when they got to go on the internet and see this stuff, they'll be able to live with it. You don't know how you're going to affect them 10 years from today, 5 years from today. So I just be trying to tell these blogs and the message, man, we could put out, you could get clicks off positivity. Leave that shit alone. Now, if we would have went and put it out there, it would have been that's different. We accepted it, but we were forced to accept that. I was forced to go on there and look and see overdose from fentanyl. You know, I had prayed. I was like, man, my brother had a seizure. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to feel like nobody hurt my brother, because at this point, I feel like somebody hurt my brother now. And I was going to have to deal with that, but I didn't want to have to deal with that with the world. And we was going to put that out there. We ain't oblivious to the fact that Quan took drugs. We ain't trying to hide that. He didn't hide it. He stood in who he was. He stood in his pain. He stood in his darkness. He told you that. He been telling people that for years. People weren't paying that shit no attention. People were still picking his side. People were still calling him a snitch and all this. What he snitched on? Right. Somebody come show me anything that say he snitched.
And we're gonna talk about that too.
You know what I'm saying?
If we can.
I'm cool with it.
I wanna piggyback off of what we were talking about the fentanyl thing, right? So and like people on the internet. So my cousin passed from a similar situation, but the thing was he was smoking with one of his friends, and the blunt was laced. He didn't know, so he smoked whatever. It killed my cousin or whatever. So there was a post on Say Cheese that they were trying to have a law to where like the person that sold the drugs to the person would go to jail. And I was like, bro, I agree with that, because that shit hurt me deeply. Like, bro, whoever sold that shit to him, fuck him. Like that's how I was feeling. And I posted underneath the Say Cheese post. I was like, man, that's a good law. And then I was like, because like you don't know what they're selling to these person. Like, rest in peace to my cousin or whatever. Long story short, another motherfucker that I didn't know literally commented under my shit and said, smoking a fentanyl pack on your cousin. Like, and this just goes to show like that the internet is a fucking dark ass place,
It's
bro.
a dark place, bro.
Like, bro, you don't know me worth a can of paint, bro.
Yeah.
But you're making mockery of like my hurt, my pain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's some fuck shit, bro. So like when I see shit like that and I hear things like that, like, you know, when I saw that that's what they said Quan died from, like that shit was fucked up, bro.
It was touchy.
It was touchy, bro. It was fucked up, bro. And I ain't want to see no videos. I ain't want, you know what I'm saying? But it was just understand that it hit me in a different type of way too as well.
Oh no,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it, bro, cause I feel the same way you feel. Mm-hmm. We got a law that, you know, people have to abide by that the government believes in lethal injection and death.
Facts.
So, you know, on every platform or whatever the fuck you want to put it, if you out here selling people fake shit and you out here mixing up shit at home, you get everything that you fucking got coming to you. And
Facts.
I don't give a fuck who feel a type of
I
way
don't care,
about
bro.
it.
Nigga can call me whatever, bro. Like
you can't call me if you are a man out here that's going in your kitchen, going out here, I don't knock you selling your drug. Make sure you sell the right way. I got drug dealers in my family, all the type of shit.
Facts.
But you still gotta have a moral in this shit.
Anything
still
you gotta have morals.
You gotta have morals in it. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna go mix up some rat poison and some fentanyl and all this. A nigga wanna get high, they gonna get high. It's on them. It's on you, man, because you know that shit is deadly. You're killing people. And some motherfuckers don't even realize it because what they think is, and I learned this, man, and I want to say this to people. The whole ability to feel like it's my word against yours is bullshit. If you live like that, fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? Never throw rocks and hide your hand. When you throw a rock, be able to stand behind that rock in that hand that you threw it with and say, yeah, I threw it. I did it. See, that's why I don't like the term street nigga. I don't like it because I said this on your show before. I've said this to you. A street nigga is supposed to be a nigga that get his money out the streets. That's it.
Facts.
He ain't a gangster. He ain't a real nigga. He ain't a solid nigga. You understand? He's not a killer because a killer is a killer. I know killers it's some killers on college campuses right now that's never been in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? So that whole term of all of this shit that people be amending to, y'all like throw rocks and hide your hand. Don't give nobody no shit and something happened to them. And then
like,
that's on them.
I ain't know this one.
You knew when you
Facts.
you knew when you went
Facts.
to that person that sold you 20,000 pills for $6,000. In your mind, you didn't calculate it. I'm gonna say these motherfucker for $20 a piece. Boy, I'm finna make me 200,000, boy. You know that you got a few motherfucking
pills
Russian roulette pills in this motherfucker. You know you might take 20 people out along this journey.
Facts.
But what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, they ain't get that shit from me. Or I ain't forced them to take that shit. No, you didn't. People are fighting with things that they fighting with and they have the ability and they have their own right to do what they want to do. I hate it. I wish nobody would take drugs to get through shit, but some people do it. That don't mean give them anything. You know what I'm saying? Bro had this thing to where he like, his fear was an overdose. You know what I'm saying? That was his biggest fear.
He said that in a record.
He said it in a couple.
Yeah, on the new album, he said that in the new album.
I ain't scared of no op. My only fear is an overdose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even with living in that, talking to him about this, because I had conversations with him about drugs, bruh, I'm gonna get me a Xan from the pharmacy. That's the only way I'm gonna get mine. So I had to trust in somebody, cause everybody that know, bruh, know I'm not what's the word I want to use that's not disrespectful to the culture. I ain't a junkie. I could be considered a junkie to certain people because I have an addiction, but I ain't a junkie. I'm not walking around here for my fix with anybody. Hey, Veto, you got a pill, bro? Actually, one of y'all got a perk. I ain't that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that if I need a perk, it's gonna be in my pocket, or I gotta wait to go get my shit from the pharmacy. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I wish he would have overcame that, because that's in essence the thing that took him up out of here. One of these selfish, evil motherfuckers that just want some money. It's $20 worth somebody's life. It's some people out here that believe that is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's niggas out here robbing and doing shit to people for $20, $30 because somebody told you they had something. Life ain't worth a Rolex. Life ain't worth 300,000. Life ain't worth 100 fucking million. You understand what I'm saying? You gonna go rob a nigga and take his $100 million and put his family in shambles to boost your family. That's a fuck nigga, man. I never agreed with that. I never will agree with that. I don't give a fuck about even the close ones to me. One of my little brothers be, hey bro, you gotta respect the streets. You come from the street. That's not how the fuck I gotta respect somebody that wanna take from people and willing to take another man's life to say, oh, I wanna feed my kids. Hey man, do y'all believe in karma? Do y'all believe what I just said? And the man upstairs see y'all? It's some motherfuckers out here right now can't get right, bro, to save their life. But they forgetting the bad and the negative stuff they done. I lost my dad, and one of the things I had to say was, I had to say it to him. Paul, you did a lot of shit in your life. You know, God rest your soul. I know you went home, but when you do this shit come back, man. So I want to let all the people out there know that's got their fentanyl fixes and they just trying to get rich. Man, make sure your spirit rich, man. Make sure your spirit rich. Before you got to put anything monetary in your pocket, make sure your spirit rich so it can stay in your pocket. Because we all one fucked up situation away from being broke.
Right. I say that all the time, too.
One situation from being broke, bro. This shit just broke us. You understand what I'm saying? It broke us, bro. Like, we literally a month and 2 weeks out, bro, we still trying to figure this shit out. We still trying to figure it out, bro. I still find myself tears running down my eyes. I still haven't had my real grief moment. I'm scared of it. I'm scared. I went through it with my grandma. It was the worst shit that I ever endured. I'm scared of it. I'm running from it. So I cry. I shed tears. I look at Quan. I got Quan shit tatted on my body. I got another tat that I'm finna get. I wear my RHQ chain. I've been had that shit tatted on my body. All that stuff is not new to me, but it's a new norm. It has a different meaning now. It's like I'm really walking with you with this now, even though I was always walking with it. So, you know, to whomever and whoever out there, man, I want to start pushing the narrative as what we always to say no to drugs, man. People, get your mental together. You know what I'm saying? I don't smoke weed. My only thing is I drink me a little alcohol every now and then. Right. And guess what? I won't even, if I come in here, I love you to death. But if you got a bottle sitting over there, I'm going to be like, because you might put a little something in your shit. I don't know. And people,
you got to see them crack the seal.
I can't. In clubs, I'm scared. Because people just do shit, bro. People are so, my little cousin just told me the other day, man, bro, these niggas out here want the fake pills. But you have to think about that too, even in that manner. If you have an addictive personality, that's one thing you have to try to fight, right? Certain people have addictive personality. They're addicted to things. Along with the body, the anatomy of the body is once certain things enter your body, it multiplies certain other things, which makes you addicted. So people are forcing addiction upon people. You smoke a lace joint. You smoke it. You don't know it. Now you're looking for that same high. Somebody forced you into that addiction. Now you can't never get that high of weed. You got to go to the next high. Now you're playing with booger sugar. You playing with your nose.
You got to try something else.
You playing with your nose. You can't get that high because somebody forced you into this because you smoked some heroin. Now you shooting. Somebody forced you there, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people out here in life that are forced into this stuff that didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your girlfriend or whoever. Like, I just don't have an addictive personality, but I stay away from that stuff. And I want my youth and a lot of my adults, man. I got to give this on your show, bro.
Come on.
I got to give this to one of my personal partners. That, shout out Sierra, shout out his person, man. She called me years ago and said, I'm working with Dro. And I was like, I love that dude. I was a big fan of him. But God put me in a situation where certain people that I was fans of can come to me for some of the knowledge that I have. So I've been in that position. It's like, and my position is different than what a lot of other people think. So I ain't the most knowledgeable person of all of the music shit, but I'm a person that when I get into here, I'm a dot connector. I'm your personal. Yeah. I'm not a yes man.
Right. So, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I got in there and one of the major things, and I don't know it, bro. Remember this shit. I remember him coming downstairs and me telling him about a situation with Tip them, and I told him, man, if you really want to do this shit, you got to get clean, bro. And I remember us talking to him about a sorority coach back then and all of the above. And let's fast forward to 2024. Well, 2022, when he started on his path. I just shook his hand. I just hugged him yesterday. He called me when my pops died. That's how close we is, right? Salute, bro, for getting off of that shit, leaving it alone, going cold turkey, being able to stand up, be resilient towards a habit that you had that you now see that it wasn't even needed. We can't run from our problems. We can run from them, but they're going to always be there. Let me say that. You can run from your problem, but when you get unhigh, when you finish abusing your girl, abusing the drugs, the problem's still going to be there if you don't address it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to address our problems and move forward. That's the bigger part of life. That's what makes us men. That's what makes us human. Mostly all problems can be fixed if you know how to properly fix them. And most problems with people can be fixed through simple communication.
Absolutely. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I wanted to ask another question, and again, I'm trying to be very like respectful too as well. We brothers, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's the YSL case, right? When Rich Homie because I'm pretty sure y'all talked about this before he passed. Was he afraid that he was gonna have to get called to this, be a part of the trial?
They subpoenaed him, but he wasn't going.
Okay.
You know, so for the world to know, like, Quan wasn't with that. I'm not going up there standing on the y'all not going to even embarrass me to stand up there. Where can I tell y'all?
Right.
All I could tell y'all is the things that the streets is talking about that I heard. I wasn't there for none of. I'm not saying this what you say, but
facts.
I know that my brother wasn't indulging in these type of things. I don't even know nothing in reference to that case or none of the above. You know what I'm saying? I hate them boys caught up in that shit. I really do, because if thugs see this, because you once you put stuff on the internet, you can see it. Bro could tell you that I would tell them all the same shit. Bro, y'all getting the money. Leave all that shit alone. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? My little brother indulged in gang shit, all that type of shit as well. And I would tell him the same thing. That's the part of life, like I said, your kid's gonna make a right or a left turn. I never was agreeing to Quan being no gang. But he went on his own as a man, didn't tell me, and did it. And I was pissed. It wasn't nothing I could do at that point. So people be like, oh, he around you and they doing this and that. Man, you can't make nobody do nothing. People have to be in bed with you and be in bed with you. So when it comes to the case, like, I ain't gonna say Quan had no fear towards it, but he was like, he stood on. I'm not fucking with it. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not doing that at all. I don't care what y'all say. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting up on that stand. You know, that to Quan Thug, that's his brother.
And that's brings me to my next question. Because he always spoke like highly, even when people would try to fuse the two or whatever. He would speak highly of Thug. You know what I'm saying? So do you think that if Quan was still living and let's say Thug gets off of this case, did you think that they'll probably have a situation where they'll come back together and potentially do music? Or
Quan wasn't against having a conversation. I think the streets and the negativity of the internet and the people around, and it's two different sides that saying this person did this person did that. Like I say, things draw people against each other. So in hindsight, I would say it was possible for them to have a conversation, because I know bro was saying, shit, if he'll talk, I'll talk. But how the relationship would be, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know he wasn't, he wasn't against the conversation. He said that in many interviews.
Yeah, he said it on Big Boy. He said it on his last interview. He was, I think it was
Cam Newton.
Nah, besides that, it was a Caucasian girl that was interviewing him.
He had recent one.
He had on the jersey. That was
very recent.
That was his last show, right?
His last show was El Dorado, Arkansas. Okay. That was his last show. Okay. That was the Sunday before he passed. But that was in Tennessee.
Okay.
When he did that. Yeah, that I remember that one. Yeah, that look, because I didn't even know he did an interview. But yeah, he said he spoke on a lot of this stuff, man. And I think it's also all of this stuff was a pivotal point in his career as well, because it's like the side picking. You know what I mean? So, I know he probably took ownership in it, but when it comes to that case and people trying to embed the situation, wasn't nobody on this side like, nobody. You know what I'm saying? And Quan wasn't even on that.
Right.
He wasn't on that shit. Quan was saying freedom guys, man. He wasn't on that. They've been including his name and shit for what I don't know.
Yeah, facts.
But we wasn't on none of that type of shit, and he wasn't. To answer your question, he wasn't. He wasn't finna go on no stand and say what. What he was gonna say. He had a free will to say shit on the internet. You ain't seen him say nothing, but when people would come at him, I would tell him when we would talk, just embrace the negativity. Fuck it. They'll get on his page, free slime. He'll be like, hell yeah, free that guy. You know what I'm saying? So, to Thug, to any of them members, because I had a cousin that's on that side. The city fucked up, bro. Because I grew up in Zone 3.
Yeah,
my
that's
family,
what
all this
family,
this shit is
facts.
It's all a circle. You know what I'm saying? But it gets for the fans to understand when you start indulging in shit, man, you fucking up a lot of shit. So, I hope everybody clear themselves of it, from Lucci to Thug to all of them, and we get the streets and we get the industry shit. Atlanta the mecca of a lot of things, man.
Right.
But we're being put at the forefront of hate and negativity right now.
And that's so crazy because we've birthed, Atlanta has birthed so many legends, you know what I'm saying? So much talent, bro, the talent is crazy, coming out of the city. And I feel being that we're on the forefront of negativity and stuff, it's kind of putting a blanket over the talent, you know what I'm saying? It just they only glorify the bad stuff, you know what I mean, who's beefing with who, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the industry lost right now because everybody's still caught up in all of it's shit going on in every camp in the industry.
Facts.
And it's being spewed into the world. So I don't see, because I'm not one of them people that's big on the conspiracies, but I'm woke. I don't see what the narrative is that's being painted right now, but I see the effects of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these young men, they're making it. A lot of them not. It's almost like we in fucking poverty, because it's even when you look at 2 years ago, you had 60 artists doing shows and just having a good time. It's the economy fucked up. Shit so dark right now. People scared to go outside. I went to Usher show the other day and it was refreshing.
I was going to ask you about that too.
To see older people vibing and having a
Stevie
good time.
Wonder was here last night.
I seen Stevie here on somebody's story last night. And I was like,
crazy.
Those are the shows. It's amplifying the older. It's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because you take your NBA young boys. He locked up for this type stuff. But when they go out and they do their thing, it's so many young cats out here that want to hurt each other, man. It's they don't understand, you know what I'm saying, how to go have a good time without hurting each other. So I don't know what the narrative or what the plot. Let me say that, because the narrative is we can create the narrative, but I don't know what the plot is. But whatever it is, man, Atlanta, let's stand the fuck up and get off the bullshit, and let's create a whole nother narrative that this place was supposed to be a place of rejoicing and family.
It was
and
dancing.
We fuck with each other.
It
ain't never been like that though. That's all been smoke and mirrors. This motherfucker be full of hate, man. People don't really be networking and fucking with each other here. Everybody think they so fucking.
But it was crazy because again, I'm from New Orleans for real. Moved to New Jersey. Moved here when I was 11 or whatever. But
you from Atlanta?
Yeah, facts. Now I'm from Atlanta. But I bro, you remember the clubs, the teen clubs, the MBKs and all the shit. All the time it wasn't fights and craziness.
That's
not
what I'm saying.
Every time. You know what I'm saying?
That's when it was Atlanta.
Right.
It's ATL now.
Right.
Atlanta, I'm born and raised in Atlanta.
You a red clay baby.
I am a Grady baby. Facts. I'm a split hospital baby because I'm a miracle child. I was born at 6 months.
You was telling me that too.
And I didn't have no lungs. I was this big. I'm a miracle baby. I was born at Crawford Long, sent to Grady. Or reverse, whichever one of them that's in my history. It's all facts. So I'm turfed here.
Right.
I'm cemented in this my city. You know what I'm saying? I put this motherfucker on my back. It's 7 million people in Atlanta right now. this Georgia, this Atlanta, the circle of it. It's 7 million people here. Dealing with real estate stuff, I asked a realtor, an investor that called me the other day about my property, and he was like, man, he literally just started talking to me. And it's funny that the white man will give you more game than the black
Come
man.
on now.
You know what I'm saying?
We was talking about that last night too.
They don't really care to, they not trying to keep you down. Like people be like, oh, they're trying to keep you down. No, they're not. They'll give you game. It's what you're going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
We keep ourselves down.
Facts.
I tell people all the time, because of the knowledge that I put out to the world, like I've heard people say, I ain't telling that nigga nothing, he gonna run off with it. I've heard people say this. Like, I've seen people that I'm close to, like, they don't grab me and be like, hey, come invest in this with me. Nobody has never came to me, man, in my last 12 years in the industry. Nobody has came to me and said, let me go in on, hey, bro, let me help you grow. Everybody always think, oh, he's straight. He did. How y'all know that? How y'all know the sacrifices and the risks I was taking wasn't minimal?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For me to just survive, I just make it look good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How y'all know that? But people are always put you in it. Oh, well, I thought. Well, shit, even if I was a billionaire, the white man go to the white billionaire and say, here go another investment. Greg Street told me that, man, he said if you was a different ethnic, man, you'll be a billionaire. And it hurt me when he said it, but I smiled. And he was like, because if you was the white boy, man, the ideas and how smart you are and how intelligent you are and the shit that I hear you just speak off your mind, it's not manipulation. It's you just speaking. Some shit you say, you can't even repeat it because you're gifted with certain things to say. Like, I don't have a book in my head to where I got to preach a certain thing to you. That's manipulation. Mm-hmm. My manipulation is positive. Mm-hmm. I have to be a manipulator to get people to follow my lead, but it's from God. When I speak, I'm speaking. I don't go study nothing. People that quote quotes and all that type of stuff, they're negative manipulators to me. Mm-hmm. You know, my pops used to, he always had this one. If he found out your dad went in your life, he would tell you this quote that he had, and he would say, I love my dad even though I didn't know him. To manipulate you to think that his negligence in his kid's life was supposed to be accepted.
Right.
It's not. I don't have to accept the fact that you're not there. Like, you can't manipulate me to feel like because your dad went in your life that you not in your kid's life and it's cool. Mm-hmm. What the hell? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it come down to that, man, I look at it and I'm like, how do we grow within our communities without putting certain cliches on each other and giving each other the knowledge? Me, I just give the knowledge. I give it for free. It's like, hey, bro, whatever I can do to help you, I'm going to help you. Well, you know that personally.
I know that person.
You know what I'm saying? And I just continue to be that person and continue to hope that somebody's demons don't want to hurt me because I'm giving out good information, and my demons don't make me hurt somebody because I ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? But I mask.
Right.
I mask all of that with positivity, man. You know, and people start to take your kindness for your weakness. Like, I've never been a punk. Like, never. I ain't afraid of nothing. Like, I walk this motherfucker and I be by myself a lot of times. That's just me, but it's positive. So when it come down to like all of this beef and all this stuff, man, I've been in the middle of a lot of shit, and I'm always this person. Hey, man, y'all chill, bro. Like, y'all chill. But, you know, hopefully one day the city will stand up for the city, man, and we can put some positivity out here, man. We can shake hands. I understand people done died. I understand that. But what's gonna succeed one dead, man? 20 people, like, what y'all want to kill each other until everybody dead? That's never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? His kids, like, so we gonna raise our children to be food? People don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, such and such killed my such and such. Well, at what point do you pray to God? You know what I'm saying? Forgiveness is a broad word. But at what point do you go and be like, you know what? All this got to stop. I ain't got to fuck with you like that, but let's just kill this era of terror. Right. And I pray that, you know, over Quan's past deceased body, man, somebody can find light in that.
Thanks. I got one last question, man. If you can tell Quan anything, you know what I'm saying? What would you tell him now? You know what I'm saying? From where you are now, how you're feeling today. If you can tell Quan anything, What would it be?
Find this text that I sent him, right? Repeat it to him.
For sure.
All right. I'm gonna read a text that me and him was talking this particular day, and I said, yo, can I get them drops? I ain't heard from you either. Text me, let me know your mental is good. We can text, we ain't gotta talk.
Right.
I say that because I know when you're going through things, sometimes the voice can trigger different stuff. He texted me right back. He said, I'm good, bro. How you feeling, my boy? I said, I'm doing better today. Actually, mentally, I'm great, for real. Living blessed. I'm glad you're good. He said, what you been doing to keep your mental pure, big bro? Which was opening up to me. And what I would tell my brother is what I told him in this message, man. I said, for real, bro, I meditate, little bro. And the biggest thing that happened to me a few years ago, I stopped worrying about a lot of shit and started living life the way I wanted to. I used to be mentally fucked up, bro, because I always worried about how people treated me and why people didn't fuck with me how I fucked with them. I sat down in the mirror one day and seen myself cry, and I didn't like that sight. I started thinking, hey, the world is full of people, same issues as mine, but some are happy as hell. I have everything, but I don't have my internal happiness. And I wanted that, bro. I said, when I started to gain confidence in me, I understood that my mental been great ever since. Overall, I accepted everything in life as to what it is and what I wanted to be. What's something that's on your mental, bro? Please share that with me. What I would tell him today is, man, and that would be like a third person conversation, man, because he's not here. But I would tell him, bro, you know, your mental, your mindset, your happiness means more than anything in your life. I had just told Quan that some of the things that you're enduring in your life put you first. Put you first. And when I say put you first, I don't mean take that and not bless the people that deserve to be blessed. I just mean put you first overall. Like, if you want to do it, do it. If it makes you happy, do it. If you want to mess with this chick, mess with her. Be honest with the other person. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? So my overall thing to him would literally be, man, you know, continue to live, man. Continue to be great. Continue to fight. Continue to push forward, you know, and be as great as you are, man. Get out of your own fucking way. And I tell a lot of people that today, man, get out of your own way. We are our worst enemies at times. Self, you know, insecurity, self-esteem issues. We are our worst enemy, man. So that message is something that I would read back to my brother if I could. Thanks. You know, and I screenshotted it in my phone, which is never going to go nowhere. I got messages from 2012 in my phone. I read it all the time. I got plenty of those. Like, because I didn't really share my bond with my brother. I just allowed people to know that was my brother. Like, I didn't share those things when he was alive. Like, I'm his real confidant. Like, I allowed us to have our relationship. Of course, people can be like, oh, y'all move, because I didn't say shit to people. People didn't say shit to me. He didn't say shit about me. We were real brothers. Like, some days that nigga didn't like me. Some days I'd be like, I don't like you, nigga. You acting fucked up. You know what I mean? That's what the brotherhood is. But overall, I overcame some of those things to where I would sway away, and I would always resort myself back to even just the text, because we got that now. Like, even if you don't want to talk to me, I could text you and you can see how I feel. So I would just read that message to him again, bro.
Yeah, that was beautiful, bro. My boy, real shit. How you feeling though now? You know what I'm saying? Like, the floor is here. You know what I'm saying? This was a different type of episode, but again, I just wanted to give you the opportunity to just talk, have a safe place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm here. I'm living, bro. At 42 years old, I claim it. I'll be 42 on my birthday. This probably I lost my grandma, I lost my dad in March. Man, I ain't never think I'd go back 180, like back down that path to where I'm depressed right now. Mm-hmm. So you saying come, like people telling me pull up and do these interviews and shit. Like at first I was like, nah. But then I had to remember what my social worker taught me when I was 16. Mm-hmm. She was like, talk. Just talk. That's one of your gifts. That's something you don't study. Like just talk, just let it out, man. So I'm elated to be able to be given the opportunity to sit on every sofa that I'm able to sit on, sit in front of people that I love. I love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I literally gained a real liking for you as a person. Mm-hmm. The artist never meant nothing to me. Mm-hmm. It was the person that you are that made me want to help you as an artist. Because I meet different artists every day, and I be like, man, that nigga telling me that I need to change his life. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Like, you talking about money. Man, you ain't never talked about no money. Never. Ever. All we ever talked about is if you get yourself together and clear yourself up, people gonna listen to you and this and that. And I see now you probably starting to see it. It's a marathon when it come to this shit, man. So for me, it's just people reaching out to me, man, like God taking this and I'm letting God do it because I was forcing it at one point. I get paid to go talk to people and stuff like that.
You telling me that.
And I'm so giving. Sometimes people be like, what is it going to take to book you? And I'm dumb as hell at times, bro, because I just do what I do. It's people that make $50,000. Like I book artists. Like this is what I do. I have an agency. I get people that call me and be like, hey, can you get this with this person? The school want to get them 50 grand. But they be the celebrity type shit, but I'm a celebrity too. I'm humbly
Facts.
that guy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
being able to come out here, do what I do for free, do it because I love it, do it because I'm passionate about it, man. You know, I'm gonna overcome the feelings that I'm having internally right now, bro. Like I just pray that God keep me, you know, here and not there because I've been suicidal before.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know how that feels. I done felt like, you know, hey, if something happened, fuck it. You know what I mean? But, you know, like I say, my daughter give me so much. She give me so much light, man, right now today, being able to see her do what she do and her being, I know she watching me, even though she's more like my buddy now. She called me her bestie. She's still watching me. You know what I'm saying? She's still watching me be strong. She done had to stand next to me when I pulled the plug on my dad, which was the hardest shit for me to ever do in my life. Like, me and my pops wasn't talking, but it felt like some street shit for real. It's like, I got to take him out. You know, even though God had already called him home, it's like, y'all want me to do that? Like, that was the hardest shit I ever had to do in my life. The decisions that I had to do is just, you know, they say you got to weather a storm before you can see smooth water. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the storms that I'm weathering at this point in my life, we all go through the same things that Monta going through. Monta is not the elite person to losing people, bro. Like, I don't ever want people to put that on a pedestal, but it's like a lot of people been like, bro, you took a lot of losses. Yeah, I have. I've taken a lot of losses in the last 4 years of my life. People just keep talking about the last year. I lost my brother Jason. I lost my grandmama. You know what I'm saying? I lost my cousin that I was close to, used to live in the house with me. I lost Quan. We lost Meat. They losses, but you know, I'm not gonna stand here and just act like I was numb to it. I was numb to it, but I think motherfucker stuck a pin in the bottom of my foot and woke me the fuck up. Like, hey, bro, this is real reality. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I could stand here before you, bro, and just say, you know, it's okay not to be okay. And I have my moments. You know, I'm super, super human. You know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes I get super sad, which we like to say emotional, but, you know, I go there at times. But I just want to help people, man. And I appreciate you for giving me the platform to put it on your couch and put the words out there, because this was therapy for me.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And we all need it as men.
Definitely. Can I ask you one thing to do for me? Send my regards to Corey too, because just do that. Hopefully, even I don't know if he does remember me, because I DM'd him and I sent him my condolences. So I don't know if he
Man, we would flood it, bro.
I know.
Like,
but just if you can, just if you could do that for me, that'd be lovely.
I definitely will send them to you, bro. I'll do that personally.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
Man.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, man.
I love you, bro.
Thank you for having me, bro. I love you too, bro.
Hey, man, it's been another episode Vibing with Veto. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, but also make sure you take care of your mental, man, because that's more important. And we gone.
For sure.